want to talk to you about consistency. And, we had an opportunity, April and I, this weekend, to just kind of get caught up on some things. And, we've been working, like I said, we've been working on a lot of new stuff. And, we're getting into the part of February now where there's going to be a lot of events between starting Wednesday and then right through the end of the month. There's just going to be a lot of stuff going on. And that's good. The business is the business is built based on events, plugging into events, inviting to events, and participating in events. That's the business. Okay. It's no secret. And, what I want to share with you, though, is the value of being consistent in the business. And, never taking a day off where you do nothing. Okay. You can take days off where you run a little light with it. Things come up. Maybe if you still, if you have a day job and you have a busy one, maybe it's a little bit lighter with your LifeVantage business in the evening. But you got to always do something, especially if you want to be getting paid off of business that's generated online. Okay, so if you want to be using the internet, if you want to be using social media, Google, Facebook, all that stuff, okay? If you want people to be aware that you exist in the digital world, you exist in let's call it cyberspace, then the consistency is really important. And there's a couple things, and I'm just going to talk about me for a second, then I want to make reference to April. But there's a couple things that happened to me this weekend that just blew me away. I mean, absolutely blew me away. We can all get into a point, well, I've been adding my 5 friends a day. I've been commenting on, 5 people's posts every day. I've been liking their posts. I've been offering to do this, do that. And you and I both know that's not true, okay? You're not doing it every day. Nobody's doing it every day, but we talk like we are doing it every day, okay? So I just kind of did my best last week to do it every day. And, I had to redo a couple messages because, this is very much a woman-dominated company and even industry, and more millionaires, female millionaires come out of network marketing than any other industry in the world. It's not close. So a lot of the messages that people use, they're woman-to-woman messages, okay? Woman-to-couple messages. So I had to just come up with some things that maybe I was a little bit more comfortable talking, as a guy to a woman and as a guy to a guy, okay? And then as a guy to a couple, okay? So I had to reword a little bit, but I made a point from the end of January to this weekend to be consistent every day with adding friends, with doing the 333, with putting up quality posts, both on my wall and on stories, and doing it every day, okay? And just doing it every day. Now, let me share something with you. You can add 5 or 10 friends. You can do the 333 on 5 people's wall, okay? You can post in stories. You can post on your wall. You can do all of that stuff in less than a half hour every day, less than a half hour, okay? And if you've been stealing stuff, for stories and stealing stuff for posts and developed a library, you may be able to do it in 15 or 20 minutes, okay? But anyway, so I've been devoting, a good stretch. It was probably 10 days in a row of just making sure I was doing it, adding to my friends. I was getting close to 4,000. I was trying to get over, 4,000. I know we had the launch coming up. I wanted to be able to invite people that I had been communicating with, either on their wall or back and forth. But I don't know if you saw it, if you didn't see it, but I had 2 posts that literally, went like viral, back to back, okay? One was a post, and that's both of them were on my wall. Okay, you know the story. See him for okay, his work that's supposed to, but the wall it stays there. You should never delete unless you made a mistake, and then you can just. But I had a post that talked about the dad teaching the value to his daughter about a car. You may have seen it. You that post, I still cannot believe it. In other words, people shared it on their own wall. Okay, it has been shared 270 times. On new friends from. Okay, so I didn't post the next day because the one thing about when you post on your wall, okay, you want to stop it. See this just how but the app keeps you at the top of everybody in it because you're at it's still 40 times those 270 people that share posted original somebody else's story. Okay, an opportunity to invite, okay, to invite those people to take a look at what we're doing. Okay, think about it. It gave us an opportunity to invite those people that shared that post to be invited to the launch. And they may not be my friends. Okay, we may be new Facebook friends, but they're thinking something positive of me, no matter where they are in the country, no matter how I met them. Okay, they're thinking something positive because they shared my post. And now I'm inviting them to take a look, okay, at something that I'm doing. So here's the thing. I didn't have a message, and I'm going to read it to you, okay? And this is where I'm going to encourage you. Sometimes you need to come up with a message that's a little bit different. Now, I use all the stuff that April gave, okay, but that's for the 333. But what was interesting about this, I just had a post that got shared 270 times. There's a window there of them remembering Bobby Wagner, remembering that old car, remembering that story about the daughter and values and understanding your value and all that stuff. There's a window of that will be remembered. And then like everything else on Facebook, it's gone. Okay. It's digital, it's gone. So I wanted to get a message out there, okay, and to those people that did share it and see if I could take advantage of that traction. Okay, so here's what I did, okay? Let me read to you. So I made up my own, message that was specific to this, okay, this scenario. So it won't work for you. Okay, it was specific to this particular scenario, but I said hello and then their name. Okay, so it was this person that happened to be hello, Joanna. Hope you're having a great day. I have a favor to ask. My wife and I are relaunching our health, wellness, and anti-aging products and business via Zoom. Okay, it's educational. We won't be selling. Like many businesses today, we rely a lot on referrals And if you like what you learn, we're hoping you would consider being a source of referrals. Would you be okay if I send you a link to the Zoom? It's on Wednesday night at 8:30 Eastern. Thank you for your consideration. Do you know, I started doing that today and I had 6 confirmations from, I don't know, maybe 40 messages of 30, 40, 50. I'm not counting because there's 270 people that shared it. Of those 270, there's probably 100 that are disqualified because they're either someone I spoke to, they're in Life Vantage, they're whatever, they're just not candidates, okay? But think about 6 people said, yes, please send me the link, okay? So what I'm sharing with you is this. Yesterday, I posted another one about a lady buying an old guy's groceries after he cut the line in the supermarket. Okay. And I have another one to follow that up, but I'm just waiting. Okay. Well, the one I posted yesterday did the same freaking thing as the one with the daughter in the car. Okay. It's been shared about 40 times already in a day. Okay. Now it's not the 270 times, but I mean, it's blowing up, hundreds of comments, hundreds of likes, and been shared. So it's going to be the next thing that I get to, maybe with bingo, maybe, I don't know. But here's my message, okay? You got to do it every day, okay? And then sometimes you get lucky, okay? I didn't do anything different. I was just consistent for a good stretch. Now, if you follow April on Instagram, in particular on TikTok, okay, you'll see that her average post is now getting about 1,000 views, okay? And there's still some with 200, 300, but she just had another one from Sunday, Saturday or Sunday. It was from this weekend, Saturday or Sunday. 70,000 people have watched it already. She picked up another 200 or 300 followers just from that post, okay? That's the same place where, she got the 1 million views from when we were quarantined in Hawaii. She's not doing anything different, but she's consistently doing it. And now, it's not unusual for one of her posts to get 10,000 views, okay, and add 100 followers and stuff. The key to this, if you don't want to build the business online, if you don't want to earn money, have social media as a source of revenue for you, then this stuff doesn't really matter. Just keep talking to people face to face, sharing the video with them and getting them to watch, the opportunity at some point. But, I think each one of us wants to have some sort of revenue coming in from the internet, from online, from social media, and none of us knew how to do it. Okay. Most of us are older than the average people that are doing it. Okay. So it's just a matter of there's no rhyme or reason on the topic, whether it's a video or a post that just blows up and goes crazy. Who knows? I've tried to figure it out and I said, you know what? I'm not going to figure it out. I'm just going to keep doing it. And every once in a while, it's going to catch on fire. And then there's going to be an opportunity to add a lot of friends or followers. And the one that's got like 70 or 80,000 views that April did on the weekend, it was a business post. It was April advertising for women over 50 for a business. Not only was it viewed 70,000 times, but she got over 200 messages from women about the business. Okay, so you never know when, you never know how, you never know what message. I think a lot of it's luck of the draw. Who knows what it is, because, I don't think anybody's figured it out exactly. But one thing I have figured out, if your following keeps growing and every time you post something, it begins with hundreds of people seeing it and then thousands of people seeing it. And obviously there's people, on social media where millions of people see something when they post, okay? So I don't know exactly how it all works and why it all works, but I know if you do it every day, no matter whether you got a headache, whether you had work, no matter what was going on, if you'll do it every day, do your stories every day, do a post on your wall every day, do your 333 every day, add 5 or 10 new friends every day. And when I say friends, I don't mean people you know. I just mean add people that aren't in LifeVantage, okay, to your thing. Anyone who's not in LifeVantage is alive, is a friend in this business, okay? Now, you don't want, you can look at their profile and see if they're a little crazy or not, and you don't necessarily want to add that person. I'm always looking, okay, for women and couples and guys that have their head screwed on straight, okay? But you can't tell that from social media. You can only guess as best you can. And then if I see something that don't make sense, I block them, I unfriend them. It's not a big deal. They don't even know you did it. When you accept somebody as a friend and then you unfriend them, they don't get a notification. They have no way of knowing. So, so I'm just getting in my role. I'm looking for women 40 to 60. I'm looking for couples that, are 50 to 60 years old. I have what I'm looking for. I like people, I like Christians. I like people into sports. I like people that are active. Okay, whatever it is, I don't really care what it is as long as they're active. Okay, and I don't care if they're single. I don't care if they're widowed. But since April and I work as a couple, okay, I'm always looking for couples if they're out there. Okay, but it just doesn't seem to matter. What matters is the consistency. And I'm going to take the last few minutes to talk about inviting. Okay, this entire business is built on events. Okay, and more so than ever now, online events. I mean, we could even tell, do you know the first Orlando Elite Academy that April and I attended was our very first meeting 4 years ago? Okay, it was in Orlando, not too far from where this one is being held, okay, this coming weekend. Don't hold me to this, but I believe the attendance then was around 4,000, okay? That's 4 years ago, 2 years before COVID, the last 2 years COVID, and it's been a whole crap show since, but 4 years ago, this was. This weekend, okay, it's going to be a great event, and we're probably going to have 800 to 1,000. Well, why? Well, a lot of people have learned to do business online. A lot of people, okay, are staying on their side of the Mississippi. Okay, there's just a lot of things changed. So we have to become inviters, okay, of people and prospects to events online, okay, online, like our bingo, like our launch Zooms, okay, and anything else that we do. Our inviting skills are crucial. If you didn't watch the video I sent last week on how to invite to a live event, it might be a good idea to watch it tonight, okay? As you got 2 days left to invite for the launch Zoom on Wednesday, watch it. It's only 10 minutes, okay? But it's going right into the specifics of what and how you should do, what needs to be done in order to get that person on the event, okay? And it's on our YouTube channel. It's on your text thread because I texted it to everybody. If you need it and you don't have it, just text me and I'll send it to you again. But your inviting skills and your consistency are the keys to success in this business, not your overall skill, okay? This is a business where just doing it, what needs to be done consistently could make you really, really good without having a lot of skills, okay? Just because you learn to master the minuscule things that need to be done, but you get good at doing it a half hour to an hour a day, every day, and never miss, okay? So I'm fired up that I have 6 guests confirmed. I don't know any of them, okay? But they got back to me and said, sure, I'd love to check it out. And I read the post. I'm not being I wasn't sugarcoating it. I wasn't lying. Okay. I didn't say anything crazy. I'd be thrilled to pick up people that would refer people to me. But I know a secret that they don't know. When they hear about the discovery of Nerf 2, they're probably going to have an interest in trying it themselves. And that's all I'm looking for. I'm not looking for them to join the business off of one meeting. I'm looking for them to become a customer that I can then talk to about the business. So anyway, let me make sure I covered everything here. I have to keep these to 20 minutes, but each week we're going to go into a little bit of a topic like this, okay, moving forward for the rest of the month. So I'll get this posted in the group, but I have been invited to do a training for Dr. Donde Nettles and his wife, Marcy and Donde Nettles. They're Pro 9s in the company. They're one of the original distributors from, 12 years ago. And they're also doing Vision Summit with us. They're one of the founding distributors of that. So they've asked me to train their team tonight on the compensation plan a little bit differently, and not just the chart, okay, that the company has. So if you're interested in tuning in, that starts in about 40 minutes at 8 o'clock Eastern. I can send you the link to that also. If you zoomed out, you zoomed out. It's not like you don't hear from me in April all the time, but it's a compensation thing. And I'm going to explain it in a way that you probably have never heard before, from a standpoint of, you and I would never do anything in our life without knowing what it cost. I wouldn't bring my car in for an oil change without knowing what it cost. I wouldn't sell my house without knowing what the commission was to the real estate agent. I know what it costs to get my hair cut. I'm sure you ladies know what it costs to get your nails done. Okay. Everything we do, we know what it costs, and we know what the other person's getting paid. Okay. Everything. There's nothing that we do where we don't know what it costs and we don't know what the person gets paid. Okay. Except in our business. In our business, we don't know what we earn. Okay. We see a compensation sheet. We make 40% on first orders. Okay. And we don't turn any of that into dollars. So I'm going to do a training that makes it a little bit more simple, where if you want to cover what it costs to get your nails done, just do this. If you want to cover your car payment, then just do this. If you want to cover your rent, then just do this. Where we know what we know every day when it comes to what we're spending and what we're buying and what someone gets paid. But somehow in this business, we just play the ignorance card and act like we don't know or don't bother to learn. And I'm going to simplify that tonight. That's kind of the topic. I did it at Vision Summit a couple of weeks ago, and they want me to do it for their team because their team wasn't at Vision Summit. So anyway, that's it for this. I'll get this posted in the group. We can't wait to see everybody in Orlando. I know a lot of people on this are going to be there. You're invited to a cocktail party in our room before we go out to dinner after the first session on Friday. So we got a larger villa so we could squeeze 25, 30 people in for some wine and beer before we go out to eat. And we can't wait to hang and see everybody. And then hopefully everybody else will be watching virtually or have some guests in their house with them. So anyway, have a great night. I'm going to get ready for that next one in about 35 minutes. If you'd like a link to it, just text me and I'll send it to you. All right. Have a great night, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.